Jazz, specifically 2007 movie Jazz, or the 2008 Premium Redeco, which we are looking at here, is a pretty cool basic deluxe. It's one of the more, in my opinion, more well-designed of the 2007 movie deluxes, just because of how durable it really is, and how the automorph, it doesn't really hinder the figure that bad, and the transformation's good. You'll see. I mean, you got these nice clear windows, not painted. All that's in there are robot parts, and you know, you get the nice reflections coming off the light there. Since this is the premium version, the whole thing has this nice coat of silver paint. Beautiful at all. You can definitely hear those wheels rolling on the desk. Ooh, does a good job. Yeah, that's because the tires have some good traction to them. Nice traction ridges, good wide casters. Nice. And not very obvious from the bottom that it is a robot. I mean, I'll just do this. Click, click, click. Alright, lifted that. And remember to extend these all the way so you get all your knee movement. You might want to stop short, and that would give them some stocky proportions, but you can actually get these all the way out. Next up, you want to feel around up here. Try and separate this joint so it wiggles. Very good. Just this little shoulder double hinge. Once the double hinge gets moving properly, and then flip this all the way around. Same on the other side. Cool how it does this. Nice. Up, round, up, round. Little hand flips out, by the way. And down, down. Connect the torso, and finally, the best part of movie Jazz, the deluxe, is his automorph, which is when you flip the backpack down. Oh, you flip the backpack down, these plates click back as the head pops up. You can kind of see they're flat, and then they're morphed. It's very simple, but it does, well, it wowed you for the time. I'd like to note on this premium version that the headlights are double, are gray and yellow, which is realistic. Now, I took out this accessory before. If you wanted to put it on the car mode, which I probably should have shown you, is that basically, yes, he does wear a big part of the car on his back, is that you can store the gun in vehicle mode by popping just sort of putting the clip between the spoiler and then clicking down, just sort of friction based. I don't know, this is just to store it in vehicle mode if you have to. Maybe it could be in tech mode, but to use it in robot mode, I mean, you do see the design of the gun here. It extends out, telescoping sword is what it says on the box. Anyway, that is a telescoping sword, but as you can see, the end has sort of a gun barrel on it. It is movie accurate, actually. At least that's the designer's intention. This clip is intended for clipping onto the vehicle mode, and that's intended for friction, and this is intended to be the peg for Jazz to hold it. However, this peg has a second function, in that it has an extra in that it has a little, you can kind of see it, a little hair friction groove, a little square bit here. And that is the key to making it movie accurate, because as movie accurate as this mold gives it, I mean, if you really wanted an accurate weapon, you could always get the Human Alliance figure, which has the sonic cannon as sort of a transforming piece. But anyway, there's also another friction nub back here. You want to slide this up, and then I believe you force it down. See, it's got all this detail, and if I can just remember how to force it out. Yeah, there we go. Yep. See, these tabs are intended to come off. They have the same slider groove that the I mean, it just pops off like any ball socket, but it's just a hinge socket with no metal connector. I think it's more obvious on here what I'm doing, but if you look at the pieces closely, you'll see that it's actually the designer's intention that you're supposed to click. Now if I can get this part out of the way by flipping that away, and okay. Almost. There you are. And then it just sort of pops on there to make the Deluxe Jazz have his sonic cannon, which is good because it makes up for his proportions being so widely up here, having a huge shield slash, kind of looks like a riot shield the way it is in this form. And I like the way that Deluxe Jazz looks in robot mode, even though this is his spoiler, and you can adjust this so that the spoiler's up, because it's got that articulation. Perhaps the articulation is intended to be part of this form as well. Yeah, totally cool that you can get the movie accurate sonic cannon. Again, there would be no reason for all this mech detail otherwise. So the articulation in the arms is pretty limited. You can pretty much just go up and down, bend at the wrist, bend here. The shoulder does go in and out, so that's cool. It's got a little double jointed shoulder thing, which is where most of your posing options are going to come from, involving the hands. Woo! Dynamic. Obviously the light piping on this toy is great. Even in my lighting condition, the light piping is just jamming. Ooh. He takes them in, and it looks like jazz. That's one of the coolest things about the movie Jazz character, is just how is just that huge blue visor. Let's see. And yeah, the head's posable. It's on a ball joint, so it goes all over the place. Gets really expressive. Feet, back, forth. Rotation due to transformation, but it's useful here. I said that there were fake wheels here on the legs, and they can fold down for movie accuracy, which I kind of like it in sort of an anime kind of way, because that way he doesn't have to use his legs. He does this a bit in the final battle in Mission City, in the 07 movie. In the 2007 Transformers movie, he just has his wheels come down. These wheels would just come down, but here we got a fake one. Comes down to rest near his heels, so that he can just zoom along, blasting the Decepticons at high speed. Doesn't even have to change the vehicle mode. He just uses his wheels like skates. And you see certain mech games that do that as well. Mech video games try to emulate that kind of style. So it's neat that Jazz has that.